Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture. I hope you all will be enjoying learning through video lectures, isn't it? Let's start. In this module, we will discuss about what are chemical reactions and how to represent the chemical reactions. What is chemical reaction? A process in which two or more substances react and converted into two or more different substances with different properties. They are known as chemical reactions. In it, old bonds break and new bonds are formed. We can observe the chemical reactions in our day-to-day life. During cooking of food, during respiration. Now see what happens during cooking. Heating of food at high temperature and adding of additives like oil, butter, spices. It helps in the breakdown of chemical substances and formation of new bonds. So, it is a chemical change. During respiration, oxygen is inhaled and food is broken down in the cells with the help of oxygen, and it changes into carbon dioxide, water and energy. So it is a chemical change because new substances has been formed here. Rusting of iron. Iron reacts with oxygen and atmospheric gases to form a reddish brown layer, and from rusted iron we can't get the iron in the same form. Formation of curd. During formation of curd, the reaction takes place between lactic acid, bacteria and a casein. During fermentation, bacteria uses enzymes to produce energy and forms lactose. In all these reactions you have seen, a new substance has been formed. So, now you can see what are the indicators, how we can come to know that a chemical reaction has taken place. Most of the time, the product formed has a change in color and there is evolution of gas. There is a change in temperature. Sometimes precipitates are also formed. Now, what is chemical equation? Representation of a chemical reaction in terms of symbols and formulas is known as chemical equation. For example, magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. The substances that undergoes chemical change in the reaction are called reactants, and the new substances formed during the reaction are known as products. How word equation takes place? A word equation shows the change of reactants to the products through an arrowhead placed between them. The reactants are written on the left hand side with a plus sign in between, and products are written on the right hand side with a plus sign between them. The arrowhead points towards the products and shows the direction of reactions. Now, what are skeletal equations? Skeletal equations are those equations which show the reactants and products so formed without balancing. It means it is an unbalanced chemical equation. For example, magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Here you can see in this case, on the left hand side there are two atoms of oxygen, and on the right hand side, when the product has formed magnesium oxide, there is only one atom of oxygen. It means the number of atoms of each element are not balanced. So it is called unbalanced equation. The balanced equation, it satisfies the law of conservation of mass. A balanced chemical equation occurs when the number of different atoms of elements in the reactant side is equal to the number of atoms on the product side. Now, let's see How to balance a chemical equation? This is the reaction in which combustion is taking place. Methane burns in air to produce carbon dioxide and water. Here you can see on the left hand side there is 1 atom of carbon, 4 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen. And on the right hand side there is 1 atom of oxygen, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 3 atoms of oxygen. Carbon is balanced but hydrogen and oxygen are not balanced. To balance, first of all we will balance hydrogen and then oxygen. To balance the hydrogen, we will multiply by 2. On the right hand side, you have seen we have put a coefficient of 2. On adding coefficient of 2, the hydrogen has become 4 and oxygen has also become 4. Now to balance the oxygen, we will put a coefficient of 2 in front of oxygen to make it balanced. Now you can see here the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen all are balanced. This is known as balanced chemical equation. And we must write the physical states of the reactants as well as products. Gaseous, liquid, aqueous and solid states of the reactants and products, they are represented by small g, small l, aqueous and S respectively. Sometimes the reaction conditions such as temperature, pressure, catalyst, or if we are to mention the temperature, are indicated above or below the arrow in the equation. As you can see here, in these examples, physical states of the substances as well as conditions at which the reaction is taking place are mentioned here. Ethylene reacts with hydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst at 250 to 300 degrees Celsius to form ethane. Nitrogen and oxygen at 3000 degrees Celsius reacts to form nitric oxide. Carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll forms glucose and oxygen. Ammonium nitrate at 170 to 240 degrees Celsius temperature forms nitrous oxide and water. Here in these examples you can see that physical states of the substance as well as the temperature conditions are mentioned. So to make the reaction more informative, we must write all this information. Thank you and have a nice day.